You've seen it happen, right? Somebody walks into a casino for the very first time, they have zero strategies, zero expectations, they tap a button and boom, they win. It's this thing we all talk about, but what's really behind it? So let's dive into this strange, almost magical pattern and figure out what's actually going on. Yeah, how does a beginner win so easily? It's the kind of moment that makes seasoned players just shake their heads, right? And it leaves the statisticians totally scratching theirs. It just seems to defy all logic. And it kind of suggests there's something more going on here than just, a simple roll of the dice. Okay, so we all call it beginner's luck. Some people even call it first-time magic. But if you talk to people in the world of gambling, a lot of them feel like it's something deeper, something almost spiritual that you can't really pin down with just numbers and stats. And that's really the crux of it, isn't it? This isn't just a few stories that we all remember. It seems to happen way more often than random chance says it should. And that suggests there are other forces at play. So let's start peeling back the layers on this whole mystery, and we're going to start with the mind of the player themselves. So let's start with the psychology of it all. What is actually going on inside the head of a first-time gambler that gives them this strange and powerful advantage? And really, this contrast is everything. Just think about it. The first-timer, they approach the game like a kid on a playground. It's all curiosity and excitement. But the experienced gambler, well, they walk in carrying all this invisible weight, the pressure, the history, the fear. Just look at this mindset. It's a huge advantage. There are no expectations, no complicated strategies, and absolutely no history of losses to worry about. Instead of fear, there's just curiosity. Instead of anxiety, there's excitement. They aren't chasing anything. They're just there. And that freedom, well, that's the key. And what this all boils down to is that a relaxed mind actually makes better little decisions, these micro decisions. See, when you're calm and curious like that, your mind isn't so stressed out. It's not hyper-focused on risk. It's more open, more observant. You're not trying to force anything. You're just playing. And that state allows for clearer, more intuitive choices right in the moment. But then you have the experienced gambler, and they're carrying this heavy burden. Yesterday's losses, the pressure to win it back, the fear of losing again. Every single one of these things clouds their judgment. It turns what should be a simple game of chance into this high-stakes internal battle. Their mind isn't free. It's totally occupied by the past. Okay, so that's what's happening inside the player's head. But it's not just about their internal state. The external environment, the casino itself, is designed to play a massive role, especially for that first-timer. Casinos are absolute masters of atmosphere, right? They design this environment on purpose to boost that beginner's sense of calm and possibility. The soft lights, the warm sounds you hear, the friendly staff, they even put the easy win machines right near the entrances. Everything you see and hear is designed to make you feel comfortable, safe, and yeah, maybe just a little bit lucky. And this quote just nails what they're trying to do. They're creating an illusion that the casino is friendly, that luck is on your side, that winning is actually simple. For a beginner who has no reason to doubt any of that, this illusion can feel incredibly real. It becomes this powerful, self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, but now we get to the part that people kind of whisper about, the part you can't really plot on a chart. This is where the explanation moves beyond psychology and the environment and into something a little more mysterious. There's this belief out there, you'll hear it from a lot of gamblers, that the universe actually rewards innocence. The idea is that a mind that's free from greed, one that's just approaching the game with pure curiosity, that mind gets rewarded. That freshness, that lack of desperate wanting, that's what they think attracts good fortune. And this analogy just captures it perfectly. Listen to this. It's the same reason a fisherman catches the biggest fish on the very first try, yet spends the next 3 months trying to recreate the same moment. It's just perfect, isn't it? That first attempt is pure. It's not burdened by the pressure to do it again. And it's that initial, unforced act that seems to deliver the most amazing results. Doesn't matter if you're holding a fishing rod or a slot machine ticket. So the point here is, maybe, just maybe, winning sometimes comes from a place that statistics just can't measure. Maybe there are these moments where all that energy and excitement and pure intuition all collide to create an outcome that logic and probability, well, they just can't fully explain. All right, this brings us to the final section, and this idea kind of reframes this whole thing. What if beginner's luck isn't what we think it is at all? What if it's actually serving a completely different purpose? Because here's a truth that I think every gambler eventually learns. That first win, it's unique. It's unrepeatable. It's pure. It's a moment that can never be replicated because the purity of that experience is gone the second you start trying to recreate it. And that leads to this really powerful thought. Maybe the universe wants you to taste that victory right before you learn the cost of chasing it. What if that first win isn't the start of some lucky streak, but it's actually a lesson? A little taste of success to show you what it feels like just before you find out how dangerous it is to chase that feeling. And this is kind of the tragic journey, isn't it? First, you taste victory. Then, you learn the cost. And that's when you begin the chase. And as soon as you start chasing it, you watch luck run. That pure initial win becomes the memory that fuels the entire chase. And it's the chase itself, that desperate need to feel that magic again, that seems to be the very thing that scares luck away. So maybe this is the real takeaway. Maybe first-time luck isn't about probability at all. Maybe it's a warning, just one that's disguised as a gift. It flips the whole idea on its head, right? It's not some blessing that you're supposed to repeat over and over, but maybe it's a single, beautiful warning shot to remind us of what can be lost when innocence turns into obsession. Because maybe that's the final lesson here. The moment you start to chase luck, well, that's the moment luck starts running away. Perhaps it isn't something to be caught at all, but something that only stays with you as long as you aren't desperately trying to grab onto it. The chase itself is what guarantees it'll always be just out of your reach.